Welcome to this explainer. If you're living in Spain without legal residency right now, and honestly just feeling overwhelmed by all the bureaucracy, you're going to want to pay close attention to this. We're walking step by step through the brand new immigration regulation, specifically Royal Decree 1155/2024. This officially takes effect on May 20, 2025, and it is a total game changer. It provides a clear, structured path to legal residency for folks in an irregular situation. So let's just get right into exactly how it works.
Okay, let's dive into this. The big question we know thousands of people are asking right now is, I'm in an irregular situation. Which Arraigo is for me? Look, we get it. Being undocumented causes a massive amount of stress and uncertainty. But if you're worried about your status, you're in exactly the right place. We're cutting out the legal jargon today and giving you a purely practical, no-nonsense guide to your options.
To calm any anxiety, we're going to break this down logically. Here's our agenda for today. 1. The path to residency. 2. The common requirement. 3. The 5 types of Arraigo. 4. The application process. And 5. Important legal disclaimer. Think of this explainer as your personal decision tree.
All right, Section 1, the path to residency. What actually is Arraigo?
So Arraigo is essentially a residence authorization. It's granted on exceptional grounds for people who have established real ties to Spain. Now, what's fantastic about this permit is that it usually lasts for 1 year, it's completely renewable, and crucially, this is the big one, it gives you the right to work. Depending on your specific case, you can work as an employee for someone else or even set up as self-employed. It's literally your gateway into the formal system.
Moving to Section 2, the common requirement. This is your 2-year baseline.
So, the crucial point to remember is this number right here, 2. Under the new RD 1155/2024 regulation, the general rule of thumb across the board is that you need about 2 years of continuous stay in Spain to qualify for most of these paths. But what does continuous stay actually mean in practice? Well, during those 2 years, you cannot have been absent from Spain for more than 90 days in total. Plus, you can't have any relevant criminal records from the last 5 years. Now, what's really interesting and reassuring is that final point. According to established Spanish Supreme Court jurisprudence, mere police records do not block your application. Only official valid criminal convictions actually count against you. So if you just have a police record but no conviction, you're still in the running.
Okay, Section 3, the 5 types of Arraigo. Let's look at the 5 categories.
First up, if you have a job offer, then look at this. This is your route, the Arraigo sociolaboral or socio-labor Arraigo. To use this path, you need 1 or more work contracts guaranteeing you at least 20 hours of work per week. The contract has to last for more than 90 days, and the pay absolutely must meet the Spanish minimum wage, that's the SMI, or the standards set by your applicable collective agreement. It's a strict standard for sure, but highly effective if you have an employer ready to hire you.
Next is the Arraigo Social, or Social Arraigo. This path is for those relying on family support rather than a work contract. You've got to have family ties, specifically a spouse, a registered partner, or a first-degree direct-line relative who is already a legal resident in Spain. But just having the relative isn't quite enough. You also have to prove sufficient economic means to support yourselves. The law sets this at approximately 200% of the IPREM economic indicator, and yes, that does count the relative's income.
Then we have the Arraigo socioformativo, the social training route. This is meant for those looking to study. You need to be enrolled in or have applied for very specific regulated training. We're talking programs like the baccalaureate, mid-level vocational training, professional certificates levels 1 through 3, or specific CPA courses for hard-to-fill jobs. Oh, and take special note of the integration requirement here. You are definitely going to need an official social integration report to successfully apply for this one.
The 4th type is Arraigo familiar, the family route. Now listen closely, because I really need to highlight a major change under the new RD 1155/2024 regulation. This category has become highly restricted. It's now strictly limited to relatives of citizens of the EU, the European Economic Area, or Switzerland. So, for example, if you're the parent of an EU minor or you're the caregiver for an EU citizen with a disability, this is your path. If your family member is not an EU citizen, you have to look back at the Arraigo Social instead.
And this 5th one brilliantly illustrates the law's flexibility, the Arraigo de Segunda oportunidad, or second chance Arraigo. This is essentially a safety net. It's specifically designed for people who previously held a standard non-exceptional residence permit but couldn't renew it and fell out of legal status. As long as you've spent at least 2 years in an irregular situation since that old permit expired, you can use this second chance to get right back into the system.
Before we move on to how to actually apply, we should briefly mention the Arraigo extraordinario. This one is governed by a completely separate decree, RD 316/2026. It's a special emergency regularization process. I'm just mentioning it here so you know it exists, but please note the strict deadline, June 30, 2026. If you think this applies to you, you are on a ticking clock.
All right, moving on to Section 4, the application process. Here are the steps to follow.
Here is your step-by-step physical breakdown. Step 1. Gather proof of your ties to Spain. Now, the Spanish Supreme Court actually issued a ruling standardizing this. They stated that any valid legal proof can be used to show your ties. So things like a vida laboral, which is your official work history report, work perfectly. Step 2, prepare to appear in person. While some procedures do allow a representative with a power of attorney, by default you really should expect to go to the immigration office yourself. And Step 3, check the specific requirements for your local office, because exact documents can vary.
To accomplish that last step, you need to visit one specific website, inclusion.gov.es. The Spanish government provides detailed, official step-by-step breakdowns there, and they list the exact documents needed for every single modality of Arraigo we just talked about. Make this website your absolute best friend as you prepare your paperwork.
Finally, Section 5, Important Legal Disclaimer. Some important information to wrap up.
Please remember, this explainer serves as informational guidance, not formal legal advice. Bureaucracy in Spain is highly specific. Requirements and documents can and honestly do vary slightly depending on the specific modality you choose and the specific regional immigration office you visit. Always verify the rules directly through the official source and strongly consider consulting a legal professional who can assess your exact personal situation.
So we leave you with this final question. Which of the 5 types of Arraigo will be your path to legal residency? Will it be sociolaboral, social, socioformativo, familial, or second chance? You've got the map, now you just need to take that first step. Head over to inclusion.gov.es, gather your documents, and start preparing your application today. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and best of luck on your path to residency.
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures, the Padrón, the health card, the NIE, the tie, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.